How much electric car range do you actually need? 300 kilometers? 450? 600? Many buyers automatically choose the largest battery they can afford because more range feels safer. But extra range normally means a higher purchase price, more battery weight, and money tied up in capacity you rarely use. Range anxiety still has a powerful effect. In the Norwegian EV Association's 2025 survey, 48% selected range as the most important factor. That is striking, as average official range now exceeds 500 kilometers. Step 1. Ignore your shortest journey. Instead, write down the longest journey you make regularly, not the longest road trip you have ever taken. The repeated difficult journey should shape your choice. Step 2. Separate official range from real-world range. A WLTP figure is useful for comparing cars, but it is not a promise. High speed, cold weather, and hills can all increase energy consumption. Short winter trips can be particularly inefficient because the car repeatedly warms the cabin and battery. Look for independent winter tests of the exact model and wheel size you want. Step 3 is to calculate the range you will actually use between charging stops. On a long trip, you usually charge from 10 to 80% because that is the faster part of the curve. That means you are using roughly 70% of the battery between stops. For a 500-kilometer car, that's 350 kilometers before adjusting for motorway speed or cold weather. Compare realistic legs, not showroom numbers. Step 4 is to examine your charging access. If you can charge at home every night, a car with moderate range can begin almost every morning ready for the day. You'll spend less time at public chargers. If you cannot charge at home or work, more range may be genuinely valuable because it reduces how often you depend on public infrastructure. Also, check the charging reliability on your normal routes. Step 5 is to compare charging speed, not only range. Over a very long journey, a car with a smaller battery but a faster charging curve may arrive sooner because its stops are shorter. Look for independent 10 to 80% times in both mild and cold conditions. Check whether the vehicle automatically preconditions when navigating to a charger. Step 6 is to add a personal safety margin. You may want extra capacity if you regularly tow, carry bikes on the roof, drive through mountain weather, or travel with children. But a safety margin is not the same as buying hundreds of unused kilometers. Let's look at a simple example. Suppose your daily driving is 60 kilometers, your longest regular return trip is 220, and you charge at home. An EV advertised around 400 to 500 kilometers may be enough, rather than paying for 650. Now change the situation. You drive 350 kilometers to a remote cabin in winter, carry a roof box, and have limited charging at the end. The larger battery may be worth every penny. The same range is essential for one and unnecessary for another. There are also long-term questions. Battery capacity gradually declines with age. Buying exactly the minimum range with no reserve can be a false economy. Choose enough to remain practical after degradation. But do not treat the worst journey of your life as your weekly requirement. For a rare road trip, 1 or 2 extra charging stops cost far less than buying a massive battery you carry every day. Before choosing, answer these 5 questions. What is my longest regular journey? What real winter range does this exact model achieve? Can I charge at home or work? How reliable are the chargers on my route? And how quickly does the car charge? If you know those answers, the right range becomes much easier to see. Do not buy 600 kilometers because of fear. Buy the range that gives your real life a comfortable reserve. If this series helped you, subscribe to EVuntold and tell me in the comments. What is the shortest electric car range you would accept? Subscribe to EVuntold for honest explanations that make electric cars easier to understand. This completes our guide to EV batteries. Thanks for watching.